Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Mark Attwood Show, Adventures in the Meat Suit. Today I am joined by Nicola Marie Kibble. Hello, Nicola.
Hello, Mark. How are you, my lovely sovereign brother, awake, amazing energy, who dilutes all the fear and raises our vibe?
Well, that's very nice, because I was thinking earlier, how am I going to explain you? The best way I could put it was that your light shines so bright, you're impossible to ignore.
Oh, well, before coming on, I thought, how am I going to describe my story? I wonder if Mark's seen a couple of my shows with Galactic Greg or other people, and the joy that I'm living right now. I am so in my sovereignty, in my light, and sometimes it's too bright for me, for myself.
I know what you mean by that. Yeah.
But the joy and where we're going, we're so privileged, don't you think, Mark?
Oh, I give thanks all day long from the moment I wake up to the moment I go back to bed. But it's a privilege, but it's also been exhausting, but at the same time massively energizing. It's hard to explain for me.
Yeah.
It's and you say that the light's too bright for even you sometimes. Me too. And sometimes I have to just, there was a time just after Christmas I had to shut down for like a week, just processing everything. But I'm on fire this week, so here we are.
Yeah, we're together. Oh, it's so honestly, it's wonderful to meet you, because we're needed right now, and I mean this in the most humble, almost just everything we've suffered, everything we've learned, everything we've taken the best from is needed for right now, because the boat is really rocking. And we've even got beautiful truthers, beautiful light workers who are doubting, and they're going crazy, and they're just all I can see a lot of people, the friction,
I'm rising above that, and I'm not getting involved, because
Me too.
I've had a few conversations about that this morning, and my view is that we're all multidimensional chess pieces on a board and being moved around in exactly the way that we're supposed to in order to achieve the objective. And even though at the moment some of that looks a bit crazy and is full of negativity and stuff like that, I think there's a purpose to all of it that we won't know until we're through the other side. So I am just going to sit in the middle of that and calmly keep going.
Yes, we are the eye of the storm.
It is a storm. It is a storm. So
do you think no, but I feel that I've connected with you right now, because what I do, I literally think I'm just giving the best of me, and I'm doing what works. That's all I want to emanate, is literally how incredible people are going to feel once they start trusting and connecting back to nature and going within. They have to make peace with their creator. This is the spiritual lesson.
Yep.
And right now, the joy that comes through once you just relax and let go, live your life, enjoy everything that we've created, because everything in our life we've drawn to ourselves.
Yep, I agree.
And I feel in a very humble way that, and through humor, through the common sense, through going back to friendship, how our grandparents taught us, all the old wives' tales, and living with nature, with the earth, and I've had some amazing experiences, but I just feel nothing's touching me.
Yeah, I feel pretty similar, actually. The only thing that's doing damage to me is me, and
That you get in your own way from time to time. You just like glitch.
Oh yeah. I'm glitching less, but I'm still glitching a bit. But tell me how you got to this point then, Nicola. How did you find yourself? Because are you in Spain? Is it?
I'm in Spain. Yeah. Yes, I'm from Bath, UK.
Yeah, beautiful place. Well, interesting place. Yeah.
Interesting place from what we know before and after. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, as I was growing up, I've had the best from Bath, but I've also seen the contrast. I've seen, gosh, such the satanical in Bath.
Yeah.
So much. And I've got so many ties that I just don't want to go too deeply into that, because I want to keep this in a beautiful vibe.
Yep.
And so basically, I'm just a lass from Bath. I was brought up in quite a close-knit family. My grandmother was Anglo-Indian. She met my grandfather in the war, and she was a nurse and he was a soldier, and she looked after him. It's a bit like a love story, but anyway, they married, had my uncle there. And she was literally, how this is all tied in, honestly. She was literally having like tea with Mountbatten, and yes.
Who was murdered only 30 miles from where I'm sat right now.
Really?
Yeah.
But I mean, I remember going through all my history. Oh my gosh, all the ties, all the interwoven, how everything's so synchronistically tied, and I'll dilute that as I go. And so my gran came over to England, and she had my mum, my two uncles. And in Bath, there was such a mixture. I grew up in a Roman Catholic school. There's only one in Bath, and I was raised in this horrible. I never wanted to go to church, and all this, like, just so dark in my experience. But anyway, I would just focus when I was in church. I would just focus on the piano lady. And I was a daydreamer, like, to get out of all the harsh realities and all this centralized system. I felt the darkness in Bath.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I vibed nature, and I had beautiful people around me. But at a very young age, I've been in my center, I've been in my essence, I've been a bit of a rebel to stick up for the underdog. And I've had a voice like against, I was up and no boys would mess with me, or although I'm peace and love, but I'm like, watch it. I've also got, a little bit of a brain, And anyway, as I evolved and just stayed in my truth, obviously I made mistakes, as we have to learn and live, and rise above it. But I was around a beautiful circle. I was in with Tears for Fears. It was very musical based. Bath. There's Peter Gabriel with his studios.
I think you put up Tears for Fears on Facebook the other week, and I went, oh, I've not listened to them for ages. And I made dinner and I put them on. I put the whole album on. I was like, oh, wow, these guys were brilliant.
They're so brilliant. They're beautiful. They're beautiful boys I used to get the school bus with them, and they used to get off and go to their school, and I'd go up into my Catholic school. But anyway, this circle was beautiful, because I was growing up actually in post-punk era.
Yep.
And I think I was a goth for about like a week, and then but I just loved all the music. There was Morrissey with us. There was Van Morrison. We had incredible people.
Yeah, we did.
And I've just found out that Van Morrison, isn't he going to sue the music?
He's suing Northern Ireland for banning live music, and he's brought out two protests.
And he's the perfect candidate to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he used to literally drive through Bath with his top down and with his music playing. And it's quite clicky Bath, because there's a circle where if you're tuned in to your people, I'd go into Bath and all the buskers in the street, and they were all our people, you know, all the boys and our vibe. And I was growing up with that, and we were all quite like rule breaking. It was that post-punk anarchy, and you know, and I've seen loads of the lads, loads of the truthers in their music around me. But at the same time, through family genetics, I was in just like a vicious circle. I couldn't get out of it. Anyway, I had my first daughter, and she changed my life. It was through becoming a mother, that maternal experience, that I had my awakening. And everything after that was heart-led. And as soon as I had her, I've kept beautiful relationships from England close to me all these years. But when I came to Spain on holiday and met my he's now ex-husband, but my husband for 20 years, I was immersed in nature.
Yeah.
And this is where I found myself more. I practiced just living in nature, my spiritual connection and awakening. It was so beautiful, healing, everything, just downloads constantly. And I had the most amazing galactic experience that I haven't shared with hardly anybody.
Are you gonna share with us today?
Yes. Because I know that you'll understand. I know you'll understand me. I know that you'll get me. And so being in nature, I would literally go hiking, and I would get my little car, get the kids in the back and the dog, and would go off to Portugal. I was literally 28 kilometers from the border, and I'd drive into Portugal. So I had the best of both worlds, and we were on like hiking trails, castle trails, and I'd love looking for herbs and teas and just beautiful living. My kids so happy, and I was learning all this to create my program. And it's just through my children that I've created the Blissful Breath and the Blissful Birthing program. And through my angelic galactic light being, ascended master, and higher self ties, and also spirit guide ties that I discovered all in this beautiful place in Extremadura. Is literally, my village was a little tiny village in the Sierra in Extremadura in Spain, on the Portuguese border, and so incredible, and so many things on. There were revelations, and I would drive. One day, I was on my own this time, and I was driving along, and I could feel just this pull, and I feel this energy, and my car sort of vibrating, and I felt so much love. I didn't even feel scared. I felt so much love, and all of the radio frequencies and all the mechanics of the car shut down, but the car continued, and I felt this energy pull from above. And in my third eye, I saw what I believed to be a ship, a mother ship. And just since then, I've held on to this energy. And then my car just suddenly all started up again, the mechanics, the lights and the dials and everything. And I just carried on and just thinking, hello, and nice to meet you. And since then, I've healed incredibly. I've literally instantly healed. And I can remember when I've slacked out of my constants, I've literally caused, I broke my toe. It's like is the reminder, look, you're slacking, you've got to, this is your soul work. And
that happened to me last summer. I out of nowhere, I cracked my toe. And I knew what it was. And I was like, oh, right, what am I doing? Right, okay. And it was like, it's when you're aware of it, it's actually,
you could send me the message, you could get the message through a slightly less hurtful way.
You can get
but isn't this beautiful that we just take it for granted and it's just matter of fact?
Yeah, it is.
And this is the beauty that every single human has available to them right now, you know? Yeah. And it's like, my message about this is that we're here in 5D, although Mother Earth is still needs the rest of us to, a few more to catch up so that she can completely be in 5D.
Yeah.
But we are like workers and we're star seeds, so we're here to raise that vibration to help her. It's all in unison. And so I broke my toe and I was running from I used to give English classes in people's homes, at home, private English classes, and I remember breaking my toe, but I had 3 more classes to go. And so I thought, okay, instant healing. And I just literally sent the vibe down to my toe. And what I do is I just distract myself as if it's not broken.
Yeah.
And I carried on going. I went and did those 3 lessons. And I even went to the doctor because I wanted to prove it to myself. I'd broken it in 2 places. And they gave me the x-ray. And so I took it home, and in 5 days it was healed.
Mm-hmm.
Because I literally just, no, it's not broken.
Yeah.
And instant healing. And I don't know, since then I've studied Greg Braden.
Divine Matrix.
I met him in Madrid. I actually co-created a convention for all the energy masters to come. I'd had it on my vision board and I was visualizing it. And one May 5 years ago, they all came, every single one that I named.
I'd like to have gone to that.
Greg Braden, Joe Vitale,
yeah.
Muji,
he's great.
Don Miguel Ruiz, the 4 Agreements, Anita Morjani, Neil Donald Walsh,
Conversations with
Suzanne Powell, she's Irish, beautiful. Suzanne Powell, you know her?
No, I don't actually know. I'm gonna have to look her up. She probably lives next door and I don't even know it.
Well, actually, she lives near me.
Oh, she's in Spain
she
now.
moved to Spain, yeah.
Good choice.
She could have been from near you. Yeah, she could have been from near you. Who else? There were incredible people. Because I just hypnobirthed myself. Because I had my son when I was 47, my last son. And I totally hypnobirthed myself through that to the very minute.
Did you know that this is a subject close to my heart? You did?
I've seen your connections with JCK and Jeanette Bernice, no?
Janice Barcelo.
Janice, yes.
Yeah, okay, so you've seen that. Because
no, this is my mission.
Well, I think I've got a vision about birthing centers being these incredible, beautiful, they're more like spas, right? They're just beautiful, built out of mud, all low levels, lots of gorgeous Moroccan carpets, candles, treatment rooms, massage, hypnobirthing, men learning what birth is all about, kids, and the medical bit is like hidden at the back just in case there's an emergency, but it's not visible, you know, and it's surrounded by water and nature, and it's all on ley lines, it's all harmonic. And then if we could build those all over the planet, then, and every baby is born like that, then we've got like the most incredible human race.
You're making me tear up because you've just described my retreat.
Well, if the currency revaluation happens, then that's one of the projects I was going to put forward to, because this has to happen. We have to get birth.
No, it's happening.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying.
I've done it.
It's already happening. Yeah, I know. And I've witnessed it. I've witnessed a birth. I've witnessed 2 incredible births. I don't know if you know, my twin boys were the first all-natural twins born in England. This is all down to my wife at the time. I was just there observing and supporting, but she did an incredible job learning all this stuff, and I went on that journey with her, and I give her full credit for this. But the twins were the first all-natural birth of twins in Britain in 40 years, and my daughter, before the twins, she was like a home birth in a pool, which was just, and so that was divine. But then the twin birth was an orgasmic birth based on the work of Michelle O'Donnell, which included hypnobirthing, but had the orgasm on top, which was like, so that was a totally divine experience for her, and also for the boys. So and once you've witnessed that, any men watching this who've not witnessed that, you know, it's such an experience. I'm just saying this from a man's point of view, because
oh no, but you are literally, Mark, I've got to say it, you are every female light worker's woohoo man. You are because you're going to help, you're going to assist the men in your energy field in such a way that you're non-threatening. You're just matter of fact. This is just such a beautiful thing that men are missing out on.
They are, and it's just common sense. Actually,
it's common sense, but it's from conception until the pulse of the placenta has stopped. You must never cut the cord.
That's right.
Never. You must leave that. Leave the placenta with the baby for 2 or 3 days until it falls off. You should leave it.
And then you should fry it up and eat it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was like 5 children, big journey, lots of things. And as I've learned more and more and more, and as I've got more and more aware and conscious, it's just so obvious. It's just so obvious. Yeah. This medicalized birthing system is a satanic system. They're after the reason why people don't get that is because they don't see the depths that they've gone to harvest our souls and our energy from before birth. And you know, if these guys are gone, which I believe the bad guys,
we're kicking them out with our our vibrations doing that is crumbling. Yeah,
they can't survive. So
but actually there are many people, we say that this is going to happen. This has been happening for a long time.
I know.
It's just that we haven't heard about it. It's not mainstream, but there are incredible doulas here in Spain. There are beautiful communities here in Malaga, which I'm going to go and visit next week. I'm just going if I get on a bus. There are markets where it's all exchange now, because now there are so many businesses with their stocks that are going to run out of date thing. And people are just getting their stock and they're putting it in a van and they're creating these communities. Very, very, very speed of light, honestly.
It's beautiful.
But we don't hear about it. And people also don't want to draw too much attention to the law, you know. And so it's all rumbling. It's all being done very subtly, but it's created already. Everything's available.
Yeah.
It's word of mouth, how it's beautiful, how it's organic, how it should be. Word of mouth and so synchronized. I've this week started working with crystal therapy again, and I've made a beautiful grid. It's just for me. It's free will.
I've been for some reason I've been hugging this one all day. It's really interesting how they come to you.
Yeah. Well, I was sent from the most beautiful woman, because I remember a lifetime of mine. I'm Nikola Tesla descendant. Ooh. And my father named me Nicola.
Ooh.
Because of Nicola, yes. So there's something there. And I went to, where's my book? I went to a flea market the other day. One second. I went to a flea market the other day, Mark. Oh my God, look, it leapt at me.
Ooh. That's the kind of book I'd pick up.
It leapt at me. Yeah, no, it leapt at me. Yeah. And it's the pyramid energy. It shows everything of Tesla, and it shows who's used it. It shows the dynamics, the colors, the chakra. It shows everything metaphysically, not scientifically. It's so beautiful. And so I've got my crystals out again. And since I met this beautiful woman, Vicky Willoughby, Vicky, she'll be watching. She sent me some Herkimer. She sent me some Herkimer diamonds. And these are mined in Herkimer near the Niagara Falls. Ooh. And they were used by the Hopi natives.
Ooh.
And the spiritual, sorry?
And Tesla built the first hydroelectric plant ever at Niagara Falls.
Exactly, yeah.
And we're in the middle of the Hopi prophecy of the eagle and the condor right now.
Yeah.
Connections.
Yeah, and so we're all being ignited. We're all remembering what we've done already in the past. This is all remembrance. I'm a sovereign remembrance coach.
Yeah, this is what I was going to ask you about. Very interesting. How did you get to be?
Absolutely, and we've all got something magnificent to share with each other.
Oh,
and it's happening.
I've always believed that everybody, a lot of people go, oh, you're doing this. There's no hierarchy. We're all playing our roles based upon what our skills are or what our talents are. There is no hierarchy. It's we're all doing it together.
Yeah. And do you know how I feel right now that God's that our creator is recruited and we're going through to the interview and we're going to get the job, and we're literally bring in our gifts, all of us. We're all a teamwork makes what is it, the dream work. Yeah. And so we're literally all coming together, and it's happening so quickly. I know that there are hundreds of thousands of people around the world in each country just all waiting to step into their role. We're all positioned for brave new earth, brave new living, and we don't feel brave. We just feel it's natural. It's we're here to step into it. And this is the thing that everybody who we're calling sheeple, everybody who we're calling asleep, obviously 100% aren't going to, in this lifetime, step into it. But right now, it's literally the gifts that we're going to see from people when they literally just take that step, they decide, and they ignite. I'm so excited, and I love every single person. Every morning I meditate, I go up over the earth and I beam down this peace, this encouragement. Take that leap, because we love you so much. It's worth it. You deserve it. You're worthy. And what's waiting for you is so magnificent. And just get on with it, because we want to get the project started.
Well, I've been through the whole past, the past 20 years, I've been through this process of being shunned and called an idiot or called a madman and everything else, and losing friends and family on the way. And then in the last year, but I've gained far more than I've lost. So, and in the last year, I really struggled with the whole idea of compassion for everybody, because I do love everybody. I love the human race. I love everybody I meet, or I try to. You know, not everybody wants to receive it.
Yeah.
And so I just want to fess up that I wrote a poem called "Wake the Fuck Up," which starts with the line, "Okay, dear sheeple." And you know, anybody watching this is like, well, that's not very compassionate, Mark. It was like, because I'm just because I care about them so much, I'm like, wake up.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to get on with this and you're still wearing a bloody mask. And it's like, come on. But
yeah. No, but I know where you're coming from. That's just our personalities. I mean, with my kids, with my older kids, we have such a laugh. And sometimes I say, "Oh, get over yourself," or whatever, because I'm a mother. I've never done everything for my kids. They've got to have had the experience, and they thank me. They thank me, Mom. We've had our rough and tumbles, but thank you so much, Mum, for having done everything for us. Yeah, and my 20-year-old, 21-year-old, he's just come back. Last year, he was caught in the lockdown in Prague doing an Erasmus university year. And that's when you can use one of your years in another country. Mm-hmm. And he was caught in the lockdown, but they would go to forests, and they were having an incredible time. He was finding himself. He was connecting to people and just growing in every way. And that to me makes my heart sing, because that's how we really feel our truth, because we haven't been mollycoddled, we haven't been protected. I've got no protected lack of faith or anything in my kids. I totally trust in every one of their gifts that can only open up and be shown to them if they experience. So, and the same with the rest of the world, that just, you know, let them go out and experience it.
Absolutely, I agree 100%, and I've tried to do the same with my kids. Can you go and talk a bit more about the Sovereign Remembrance thing? How did you get into that, and how does that work? Are you teaching a class today, did you say, or you're coaching?
Yes, and I taught a lady. I've got one client from yesterday and today. Absolutely incredible, Mark. How the energy and how they're resonating and receptive and unlearning right now. They're unlearning so quickly. We're saying, oh, children will unlearn very quickly. Everybody is. As soon as you choose, as soon as you make that decision and you're getting guidance, you can unlearn. She's unlearned 32 years of trauma in 2 days.
Wow.
So what I do, because it's my experience, and I call it Sovereign Remembrance, because I'm not teaching them anything. I'm just assisting them through my energy experience of remembering. I'm sort of shifting them into that frequency. And so I literally guide them and talk about, we only touch on that nobody really needs therapy. You don't need these months of psychologists and psychiatrists, anybody. We do not need so much of it.
Well, I always found it weird that the word therapist is actually the rapist. Just saying. Is that an accident? I don't know.
I love how you point everything out. I just feel it, but you dilute it for people, yeah. And so literally, so I touch on their problem. I just ask them, so what are you going through? What's triggering you? What memory have you had? And we touch on it once, because normally everything comes up. The people they have to find peace with, the situations, everything that's still haunting them, yeah? So we touch on that, and I say, darling, that's just memory. That's just past. That cannot hurt you. It is epigenetic, so it is cellular level. But then I give them the tools, like just affirmations, that literally the past cannot hurt you. And I tell them to say, I am joy, love, and abundance. And I'm here to heal. And starting with myself, when you heal yourself and you forgive, just for participating, there's no guilt. No one's guilty of anything. It's just at that moment, through the non-conscious decisions we made, when you're not in the present moment and you're not being conscious of what you're doing, you just drift along and your soul is fragmented. And so what happens is, that's why you must come to center in your wholeness, so that you get the bigger picture, and you can just dissolve everything. And my beautiful friend, I call her my friend because she's not a student or a client, she's a beautiful friend who I'm helping to remember, has had through hierarchical, it's, what do you call it? Sorry, the words escape me.
Well, that's part of the ascension process for getting words. Have you noticed?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But it's your ancestral trauma. It's not a hierarchy. It's your ancestral trauma, and that comes from 7 generations. And it's just patterns. It's handed down because it's been epigenetically sealed in your emotions from conception. Okay?
I had a healing last week, and I've got a hernia and I've got pain in my knee, and it was with a great healer called Julia. She found one of mine went back 19 generations.
Wow! Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was released and then released and released, and then I spent the whole week I didn't know where I was all over the place for days. I didn't know what day of the week it was, but I've been bouncing around for the last 2 days because I can feel it's gone.
Yeah.
You know, this stuff is so important for people to do, and it's not actually that difficult to do. It's just taking the time to be aware of where there's an issue, and then doing something.
I believe there is an initial guidance, and because I've healed everything in my life, and I'm in a place of just total compassion, there is a guidance that certain people need, depending on how deep it goes. But I'm not saying that we're anything more or less. We're not superior to anyone. It's just that, I go back a bit further.
Exactly.
My friend is 30 something and I'm 50 something. So I've just had more experience and I've gone round a few times more,
Well, that's what I was saying earlier about we all have our gifts and we all have the things that we love to do. And some of us are healers. Well, when everybody's a healer really, but some people are just better at, or have more experience, and they're the ones you go to. And that's really what the new world is all about. It's just intuitively going to where the vibes are right, and where the answers to what you need are all around us, and you just go with that flow instead of this rigid system that we currently have. When somebody's ill,
that blocks you.
I know they're ill, they go to a doctor, they go to a hospital. I mean, hospitals are death centers. I hate them.
They're mortuaries.
They are.
They're mortuaries.
They are evil places. And there we are.
So the beautiful thing that usually, because my son watches my little 6-year-old, but I control a lot of the F's and the but I'm really feisty. Really, I love a good laugh, and I love I'm light, but I'm humorous, and we've got to laugh our way into our joy, and
100%.
I just live your life and feel alive. We've got to feel alive again. We've got to just let the sparks fly. And
we should all be dancing naked in the woods on mushrooms. That's what I think we should be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. My son told me he was doing that in Prague in the lockdown.
I must have picked that up because that's what I saw him doing when you said that.
He sent me a video of it.
Good lad.
He sent me a video of it and he said, Mom, but that's what I love. Look at the confidence and look at the love and the openness I've got with my kids, because I don't judge anything. I guide them. Sometimes I tut and roll an eye, but but they tell me everything, Mark. They come to me because they love me. We're transparent.
Well, I can see that. I can see right through you. You're that transparent. I can see right through you. Yeah.
So
this is the way
we're going. Would you mind me just sharing something that everyone can use?
Oh, please do.
Because right where we are now, the shit's hitting the fan. I was 3 years ago, some beautiful elders of the earth, these beautiful Yucatan abuelas, the grandmothers of Yucatan. They came here to Spain, and I got invited the night before to this meeting. We went to Malaga Center, and oh my God, when I walked in the room, oh my God, these women were sent from Mother Earth herself, and they gave their talk, and they were talking about humanity and what was coming. They were telling us this, where we are now. And then later on, I was invited by them to go to the country, and we ate together and we did ceremonies, and one ceremony so beautiful that everybody can do, I would like to share because it's very easy. And so just breathe in and take your right hand. And this is from the right side of you, from your creativity. This is you, and this is your present moment. And you think of either a situation or a person that you need some healing with. And you take your right hand over to the left because it's past, and you look into that situation and the healing it needs, and you say, I'm retracting, I'm taking all the energy that I participated in that situation, and I bring it back to me, and I heal and forgive everything that blocked and created the friction, and it's in peace, it's forgiven, thank you, I love you. And then every energy that isn't mine stays here and is liberated to that person or that situation. And then you come back with your right hand back to the present moment, into the right side, into the creativity, into God Creator. And you've just released everything for your healing, and that person and that situation's healing. So be it.
So mote it be.
I
was saying all that in my head, and I felt that was very powerful, actually.
Yeah. That's pure Mother Earth.
I'm going to need another 3 days off now.
Just go and take your socks and shoes off.
I know. I tell everybody.
Go sit on the grass.
I know. I'm telling everybody that all the time.
But I take photos of me in this beautiful park because I'm very blessed to live in front of the beach. But just 100 meters up, there's this most amazing park. And that's where all my photos and all my meditations, my blessings, my Facebook posts and everything is shared from. So I'm literally, as I'm anchored and buzzing in these meditations, like a couple of minutes before, I literally send that out to everybody on Facebook or wherever. Do you know, I'm still on Facebook because there are so many people that I've been connected to for years and years and years. And all of my posts get through. I've never been blocked.
Neither have I.
Because I don't put my energy there. And so I just say I post to everyone. And I do.
You know what's funny? As you were talking about that, my son just went into the shower upstairs and put some loud music on. And you probably can't hear it, but it's Here Comes the Sun. It's brilliant. Beautiful song. Right, you've got a class to do, and I've got
to go. Oh, it's been so amazing. I'm glad at last that we got together, and there's so much more for us to chat about, Mark, because as we evolve and we go forward, and we've got I've got my beautiful sovereign retreat up. You're over, okay?
Yeah, I'm coming. Oh God, dude. I'd say when we're through there, I'm just traveling the world for about 10 years. I'm just gonna.
I'm getting my backpack, my notebook, my Obi, my child. I won't forget him, and I'm going to teach women to naturally birth everywhere.
So important. It's great work. I've met a few people that are doing that, and I bless you all, because it all starts with birth.
Yes.
And it's time for you to take over.
Oh, but alongside you all.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When I say you, I mean everybody that's aware to just.
The divine feminine in birthing.
100%. I'm 100%. Anyway, you have a wonderful class.
Oh, thank you, Mark. Love you, brother.
Yeah, you take care. Lovely to see you. Thank you, Nicola.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.